Hey y'all, it's Shy One Persephone here with another selection from my Year of Reading Women. This book is, let me introduce it for you first, and then I'll discuss how much I liked it. Circe by Madeline Miller. If you've watched my video and if you have just seen the name that I go by, you've probably deduced that I really love mythology, particularly classical mythology, Greek and Roman. So I was really excited about reading this book. Madeline Miller studied classics. I think she has an MA in classics from Brown University, and she teaches Latin and Greek. She has another novel, an earlier novel called The Song of Achilles, which has been on my TBR list for quite a while, along with a million other mythology retellings. I still haven't gotten around to it. This is her second novel, and I decided to read this one just because I feel like it fits in better with my theme this year of just celebrating and reading women and women's stories. Otherwise, I probably would have ended up reading them in order, reading The Song of Achilles first and then Circe. But I cannot tell you how much I adored this book. It is just phenomenal. It goes from the time Circe is born, it goes through her genealogy, it goes through her being outcast to her own island. Well, first let me tell you about who Circe even is. If you're not familiar with the mythology, go back to high school. I know it was, for me, it was freshman year when we read the Odyssey. Circe is a witch who lives on an island by herself, and whenever sailors stop by, she turns them into pigs. Because that's basically what men are, isn't it? But anyway, after reading the Odyssey, it wasn't until college when I really got into classics and mythology, and particularly fictional retellings. Circe was never really a character that I came across. I was never, surprisingly, was never really interested in her. Like, you'd think, oh, a witch that turns men into pigs. She's my kind of gal. That's awesome. But for some reason, that just never clicked. She never was really on my radar as a character that I was interested in learning more about, literally until I read this book. And she's not in a lot of retellings. If she is, it's in a very minor capacity. This is really the only retelling that I could find that focuses on her as a character, and really delves deeper into who she is and why she does what she does and that sort of thing. And honestly, I don't think there even needs to be another retelling of Circe, because this one is basically perfect. It literally goes through everything. Her family, her father is Helios, the sun. Her sister is Pasiphae, who is very famously the mother of the Minotaur. Her niece is Medea, who's a very well-known sorceress from mythology. In fact, my first dog was named Medea, so I have a very close connection to the character of Medea. And actually, after reading this book, my cat passed away about a month ago, and I think that whenever I'm ready to get a new one, I'm going to name her Circe, just because this book really made me fall in love with the character of Circe. And all my other animals have mythological names. My dog right now is named Penelope. Penelope actually has a pretty major role in this book, as does her husband Odysseus. Like I said, Medea shows up in this book. I had another cat named Cassandra, but she has nothing to do with Circe, so she wasn't in the book. But yeah, I fell in love with the character. It made me want to go back to the Odyssey and reread the parts with her in it and sort of go back through her mythology and just figure out what in this book was derived from which stories, basically. Um, I don't think Circe appears in any stories outside of the Odyssey. Like, she's not in Metamorphosis. There aren't really any classic plays about her that I'm aware of. Correct me if I'm wrong. And maybe that's why she flew under the radar for so long for me, because she's just not a character that comes up really outside of the Odyssey at all. But yeah, I really fell in love with the beauty of this book. It's if you're a woman, if you're a daughter, a sister, a mother, or a sorceress, you will definitely feel this book and it will resonate with you. I really can't wait to read the Song of Achilles. I probably won't until after my year of reading women is over, just because I already have planned what books I'm going to read for this year. But if it's anything as good as Circe, then I'm really excited about it. I picked this copy up at the used bookstore, so I got it nice and hardcover so I can reread it time and time again, and it won't fall apart. I'm not super crazy about the cover just because I don't like orange. It's like my least favorite color. You'll never see me wear orange. Like in my other videos, I sort of tried to match my makeup, or at least my lipstick, to the book, but I just didn't want to with this one because I don't like warm colors like this. So instead, I made myself look like a mermaid. But you can't really tell, but well, you can tell a little bit. It's like shiny and reflective. It's raised a little bit, so there's texture to it. I guess that's Circe's face on the front. But it was a really beautiful book, and I very highly recommend it. I would also recommend, before you read it, go back to the Odyssey and sort of do your research, do your homework, learn who Circe is before you delve deeper into her story, because it'll really help you appreciate this book. But yeah, for more books and more reviews, I guess, or just my thoughts about the books that I'm reading, definitely subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at Shy1Persephone for just random bookish stuff. If you're specifically interested in my year of reading women, you can follow hashtag my year of reading women on Instagram. Other than that, I will be back hopefully very soon with another book. Okay, bye.